All right, today we're talking about one of the biggest leaps in AI. I mean, we're talking about building systems that can actually find and fix their own mistakes. It's this really cool concept called the AI reflection pattern. And believe me, it is changing absolutely everything.
I mean, just think about that for a second. What if AI could fix its own mistakes before you even saw them? For any business that's relying on AI for, those big critical decisions, a tiny error isn't just some small glitch. No, it's a huge risk. The real game changer here is building that quality check right inside the AI itself. So to really get how this works, you have to understand there's been this fundamental shift. AI isn't just about following our commands anymore. It's starting to act on its own. We've really entered the era of autonomous systems. And that word right there, independently, that's the key. These systems do way more than just execute a task you give them. They can actually perceive what's going on around them, learn from it, and then, get this, improve all on their own. That whole loop between data and decisions, it's closed. No need for a human to constantly jump in. Okay, but that brings up a big question, right? How do you make sure an autonomous system is actually a reliable one? Well, this is where the magic really happens. The secret sauce, the mechanism that makes all of this possible, it's called the reflection pattern. And I love this analogy because it's so simple to grasp. Just picture a really good writer proofreading their own article, right? Or maybe an engineer who's double-checking their own math. The reflection pattern gives an AI that exact same power, the ability to look at its own work, critique it, and make it better. It's a total game changer. So what does this actually look like in action? Well, it's pretty much a three-step dance. First, the AI takes a look at what it just created. Then it starts looking for flaws. And we're not just talking about simple spelling mistakes, but the tricky stuff, like gaps in logic or maybe context it missed. And then, here's the most crucial part. It corrects itself. It refines that output before a human ever lays eyes on it.
Okay, so let's pop the hood and see how this engine really works. This whole process isn't just random, it's a very structured cycle. We're going to break down what's called the 5-step reflection loop. So it all starts with step 1, generate. The AI makes a first draft, an initial output. Then, step 2, evaluate. It looks at its own work and checks it against some quality rules. Step 3 is identify, where it pinpoints exactly what's wrong or what could be better. Step 4, naturally, is improve. It fixes those flaws. And then, and this is so important, step 5, iterate. It gets ready to do the whole thing all over again. And seeing it laid out like this really makes it click, doesn't it? It's not a straight line from start to finish. It's a continuous loop. And that cycle, that's the thing that lets an AI truly improve itself and do it at a massive scale. And this is really the whole point. It's not a one-and-done kind of check. Nope. The AI just keeps going around that loop, refining its work with every single pass until it finally hits a quality bar that we've set for it. You could almost call it a relentless pursuit of the best possible answer. Okay, so we've got the how. That's the technical side. But now for the really important question, why should you care? Why does this matter for your business? Let's get into the enterprise advantage, the real-world value this thing actually creates. For a business, the benefits are just huge. First off, your accuracy just keeps getting better over time, and it seriously cuts down on those AI hallucinations. When an AI just confidently makes stuff up, well, this system catches its own fabrications. This is what enables real self-learning, and at the end of the day, it builds the trust you absolutely need to use AI with any real confidence. And look, this is not just some futuristic theory. It's already happening out in the wild. We're talking about smarter chatbots that actually fix their own bad answers. We're talking about fraud detection systems with way fewer false alarms, recommendation engines that just get better and better at figuring out what you actually want. This is what makes AI not just cool, but practical and seriously powerful. So when you put all of this together, you start to see that this isn't just some minor technical upgrade. Oh no, this is a fundamental shift in strategy. It's the path to building a real, durable competitive advantage that lasts. And this quote just nails it. The key word is compounds. The value actually compounds. The longer an AI like this is running, the smarter it gets. And that means the gap between you and your competition just gets wider and wider. Your investment in AI starts paying off with dividends that just keep growing. And that really leaves us with one last critical question we all need to be asking ourselves. Is the AI you're building just executing tasks, or is it actually truly learning?
Because looking ahead, that difference, well, that's going to be everything.